Beautiful. Hello, we are back. Is this take 4 or take 5, Ros?
4 or 5, I don't know, because I had a couple of goes at my live stream this morning for the daily one too. Probably because, though that wasn't a Be Live, that was just Facebook. And that was because I had a phone call just as I started. There was a phone call that I had to get, so I had to finish that one and then start again. And the phone rang just as I finished, so that was convenient. Oh, gosh. Gosh.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? We do want to apologise. We are here. For some reason, I've still got the old version of Be Live. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that I can do this without any glitches this time. So we do want to say thank you for your patience as well. So I'm just saying hello to all the lovely people that are joining in now. So, 4 or 5 takes, keeps the day interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, life is certainly full of challenges, isn't it?
It is. And I've just got one of the things, it is full of challenges. And one of the things that I did do just as I was finishing off was actually sent a quick message to the Be Live support team. And I've come back because we did have the issue of, like you, Leanne, not being able to get in. So they're just wondering what device that my guest was using. What were you using? You've got a laptop, haven't you?
I've got a desktop. I didn't even think to try my laptop, but I've got a desktop sort of thing. Then I went to my mobile phone with Facebook, and thank you, Mary. I realised you'd inbox me a picture of the screenshot that shows a little green button on the bottom that you must be able to hook together. I couldn't actually see that on my end though, which was a bit weird. So maybe the green button is what you were meant to click on, Ros.
Well, I did. Yeah, I didn't see a green button from you at one point where one of the girls was saying the green button on the right near the chat. I did see it, click on it, but that was a send request to you to allow me to get in. And I don't know whether that didn't send to you or what. Don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get it come up on my screen.
No,
that's
there was
okay.
Something not marrying.
We have got there. Not a problem. Hey, Irene, and hi to all those other lovely people that I have been putting your comments up as we go. So, Ros, how are you, hon?
Well, it was a funny thing. As I was chatting with Tony this morning and thinking, I had my live that didn't quite go right. I had to do the 2 as far as that daily Lenormand card reading that I'm doing. And I thought, it's just almost too hard. And because it did take all day yesterday, really, to set this laptop through its process of updating the Windows 10 for starters, and then the Chrome browser needed updating as well. And then setting up for the Be Live, the first one this morning, I was going to do by Be Live, but then decided not to. I thought, no, the Facebook Live's okay for that. And then we had those, I was sort of feeling tired before I start, but then I thought after the couple of weekends we've done with doing the readings, I'm not quite used to that. And it was, I feel so tired. And I thought, that's right, you mentioned that we do actually have that flat day probably the 1 or 2 days after a weekend like we've had.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm thinking, well, that makes it today. Yes, we'll hang on. And I thought, I'm not going to go for a nap before I start this. I'll go afterwards. And I'll just crash.
Sounds like a good idea. Mine, I started to feel it late yesterday, but then I sort of rushed around. I'll explain that in a moment. And, so I haven't had a chance to stop this morning, but I'm sure this afternoon by the time I get back from Adelaide, I'm going to be laying on the couch ready for a big snooze. But it was crazy. It was an amazing weekend. I loved the amount of people that come out and people that come and said hello, the beautiful people we got to read for, and the new faces that we met. So I had the honour last night I very quickly met this gentleman. You might have seen him on what night was it? Sunday night when we were packing up, Ros. Annette brought over this American cowboy.
Oh, Don
and back to
Tolman.
the store. Yeah. And
Yeah.
we had the opportunity to actually catch up with him last night for a drink and a chat and stuff. And very much,
Yeah.
Don Tolman is a interesting man to talk to. He focuses on foods and the medication and the way that the farmers, like, everything's got drugs in it and stuff like that.
Yep.
So if you get a chance to, check him out. So he will certainly keep in contact with me. I've sort of had a little bit of a, he's got a gentleman here in Adelaide that works with him as well, and we had a chat about how we can get Don onto a show and stuff like that at some time. So to talk about that, so it's going to be interesting. See where that goes.
Yeah. Oh, very interesting, man. It would have been several years ago, and I can't remember how many years ago, when he was in Adelaide previously. I went to, it would have been in the 2006 area, that around that timeline.
That was the last time he was here, he said.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes, I did meet him then. It was a very interesting program that he did present, and I have actually got his. There's 2 volumes. At the time, it was the 2 volumes of medical information that was more relative to doing everything the way that he suggests. The interconnection and with soils, it is what you do right from that start of what's in the soil to what is actually put into the system as that cyclic process of how much junk we're actually eating that we shouldn't be. And I can remember him being very much a raw food proponent, but making sure it's good quality
and clean.
raw food.
Even clean water. So I must admit,
Yes.
I did admit to him last night in conversation that I would probably have on average 3 to 4 cans of Pepsi a day. The eye roll that I got was incredible. He got to know me pretty well, my cheekiness. So this morning I have a 1.5 litre bottle of water. So, Don, if you were sitting at the airport this morning and watching, Ros and I have both got our bottles of water, and I haven't put lemon in it. So you can't get any more cleaner than that, can you, really?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, you probably can somewhere, but I love
probably the Himalayas. But as I was watching, wasn't there a news item recently about another group that's being brought down from Mount Everest because they've, as in bodies, it's that the amount of people who are going and doing that as part of their bucket list and everything, how crowded the actual trails are becoming and how much more dangerous because of that. People being lost over the edges, never to be found, really. Does it ever thaw? No, it doesn't up there, but it'd be pure water, maybe. There's a lot of stuff happening that we just have no idea about, the ongoing consequences of, the airplanes going over.
What's dropped on us.
Yeah. So, like you said, what is pure?
Yeah, that's it. Mary, if you've sat in that energy over the weekend, that would really take it out of you, honey, if you're not upping your protection. So maybe you need to up your protection. We can talk about that in the next workshop, honey. So, so it's interesting. We have the beautiful Tony here saying, hi, ladies. Love you both, Leanne and Ros. It was a great weekend. It was, honey, and we really appreciate what you did as well. You're amazing too. And so some of you may have met Tony on the stall helping my parents as well. Yes. Julie, I wish to book a reading. So, honey, if you want to book a reading with Ros or I, maybe just inbox whoever you're drawn to, and we can organise that in the background for you with that side of it in private. Okay. Excellent. So we've got a few people coming in. Katie's here saying, hi, ladies. We will get to that in a moment. But one thing I did want to touch on was driving away, like meeting Don was kind of like a bit of a business thing, but it was quite educational as well. And my God, his head and that information that is stored in there for the last 53 years, I think it is. And I can't remember how many modules or programs he says he's got. And I think it's up around the 50-something as well that people can now access because he's about putting that out there. I come home and I'm reflecting on my life, and it was just like he sort of kick-started something in me. And I think it's great to sit back and look at what's going on your life in that sense. Look at the positives, look at the negatives, look at what you've achieved, and do that soul searching, because I think a lot of this stuff is coming up now for a reason. I believe people get put in front of us for a reason. It wasn't just the fact that Annette was attracted to his energy and his
hat.
his hat. Like for me, even the American lingo sort of thing.
Yeah.
I find that very interesting to listen to at the same time. So, yeah, so look at what's been put in front of you. Do some soul searching at the moment and look at the journey you've travelled. I think today, well, now is the perfect time for us to be able to do that. Would you say so, Ros?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the present, being present in the present is the perfect time for doing anything because what other time do we actually have? So, you know, as things do come up and you feel triggered by something, you certainly do. It needs more of that in-depth these days instead of just brushing it off and having it accumulate to actually create that, as a lot of people will say, dis-ease rather than sickness. It's just an out of balance needing to actually be looked at to fine-tune what we do to actually create that inner balance again.
Yeah,
did I answer that right?
Sounds good to me.
I'm trying to think. I was sort of looking at the comments at the side and picked up what you were saying. Yes, but was that the question?
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. All right. Well, we do have a few people asking comments, and we will jump into them so we do get some answers done, I think. So, Ashton is, do you see me moving or staying here? 4th time lucky.
I'm feeling a move.
I do too. Then I want to say the right place.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm feeling.
All the best to Ashton with that. Vanessa is saying, any messages from a loved past one for me? A loved one for me that has passed. I read that in a totally wrong order, didn't I? This is my brain fog that is for the weekend. I do have one more expo to go this weekend, but luckily it's only a 1 day at Yearly Road. So
yeah, I don't know how you can do it, but anyway, you will. And
you just keep on going.
You do.
Yeah, so excellent. Yeah. Did you want to pull a card for her, hun?
I have. It's actually flowers. This is the one I'm on, isn't it? Trying to think, where's the camera? Yeah, so it's flowers. I think I'm actually feeling that it's more a grandma that's sending that. I'm feeling that she actually loved her garden and is giving you the best of the best from her to you with the flowers. No, it's not all that focused, is it?
No, mine's a bit blurry too, I think. So it must be the internet again or the changes this is all going through. So got a lot of technology. But Vanessa, I was sensing the grandmother energy, and I got a very loving energy, a very soft energy with her. So I just get her beautiful smile. Now, I don't know if she put a lot of pride into her hair, but I just get the reference to feeling like I need my hair to be done nicely, like blow drying regularly in that side of it. There's a lot of love and there's a lot of pride that comes through. So I want to say, look at where you're at in your life, honey, and what is coming. All right? It's positive things. All right. So wishing you all the very best. Next, we have Barbara saying, hey, lovely ladies, shared the love. Oh, thank you, honey. I have forgotten to mention that today. Today is 1 year since my son passed away as my messages from him today. Honey, my heart goes out to you, and I first of all want to give you a really big hug as well. I do feel like your son was here one moment, gone the next is the feeling. So I want to say passed very suddenly in that way, but I do feel very much at peace with his energy. Now, I do feel the reference to that you acknowledged him first thing this morning. So I want to say that your thoughts, the reflection, even the communication through the mind, I do feel he communicates back to you. So I want to say trust what you feel, you think, you see, you hear, you know, because that's how Spirit will communicate back with you, okay? I just want to give you a big loving hug from him, all right? Ros, did you have a card, darling?
Whether he was into boats or whether he travelled around a lot. I'm feeling that the Spirit's very happy with what he's doing there. Just feels, yeah.
Peaceful.
It's like that, yeah, just that nice sigh that he's doing what he wants to in that realm.
Yeah. So you guys can probably hear me guzzling my water. Then I should have probably muted myself. Sorry.
I'm actually feeling the same.
I am being conscious that I'm drinking. I have made an indent. I must admit, I am hopeless when it comes to water lately. So, yeah, I need to get back out.
It's the middle of winter. It's very hard to actually do that. One of the things I actually found too is my lips got awfully dry by doing
mine are
all that on the weekend.
Yep.
I did find a lip balm this morning, so
I found one last night in my handbag. I thought I should have realised it was there on Sunday. I wondered if it was the air conditioning or we were just talking so much.
It's a combination. Yeah, a combination of both. Because we had the unit straight above where we were as well.
That's
so
right.
I did notice that.
Right. Irene, you do have to miss technology. Do got to love technology, don't you? We've got Regina saying, "Hi, ladies. Glad you're back. I just had a baby, and now postnatal hemorrhage. Went into theatre again. And will I be okay? I need surgery. Congratulations on the birth of Bubs, honey. I get the feeling things are going to be okay. What's your thoughts, Ros? Sorry.
I don't know how to mute myself on this. Sorry.
I muted you. Give me a wave and I can unmute you if you like.
That's all right now. I'm actually feeling, yes, you will be all right.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Beautiful. But all the best with that, hun. If you guys could just try to keep your questions more direct rather than just general guidance, that way we can answer more of you, get more direct messages for you. Natalie just says, will I go on holidays for my 50th birthday? I want to say yes. That's what I want to
do. Well, it's a big one, the 50 in many ways. It's something. When I turned 50, I thought, well, I mean, it wasn't. It was still just another day, but it's just something that you do realise. Well, it could be not that you're over the hill, but in general, most of us don't get to the 100. But it seems to be the gauge that the 50 is the halfway. Life is what it is, and you just continue to go forward and move with the flow of what you're doing in your life, and being present in the moment is the best way of experiencing that, and reminding self of that. And as you move into 50th, that 50 or 51st year, because you're actually already done the 50 years when you have your 50th birthday. Numbers are funny like that, aren't they?
My husband's big on that.
Yeah, you're actually already 50 as you hit the 49 and move into the 49 because you're into the 50th year then. Yeah, that's maths. You can do some people's heads in. I did just draw a card, and it's the lilies, and that is about peace and reflection and being able to actually look back and also look forward as well, because you can see through the glass when it's that stained glass type thing with the different perspectives. So and whatever you do with your holidays, just thoroughly enjoy them for the moments they are.
Yeah, definitely. I love the fact you went on holiday, because I said that to my husband, like, I've still got 3-ish years, let's say. But he turns 50 in March and I turn 50 in May, so he wants to do one big holiday between that whole time. And I'm like, how cool would that be? That's not going to happen. It could be away from him that long.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a biggish birthday this year. I turned 60 in September, being a twin, there's always been the expectation that you do something together and all the rest. Well, we decided we don't actually want to do that. We've already done part of our birthday celebrations. If it turns up that we happen to be together on that day, well, we'll enjoy it together. I'm still hoping to be away over to Western Australia sometime in the next few months, and I was hoping it would be September. So who knows what will eventuate.
That's it, exactly.
It will be a holiday.
It will be what it will be. That's my favourite thing lately. So Louise is saying hi from Sudbury, Oriano, Canada. I can never get that word out, honey. I would love to know. Thank you, Ontario. That's it. I would love to know how, if you see a new relationship happening for Mr. Soon. Let you pull a card.
I have. It'll take a bit of finding at the moment because there's a labyrinth, and looking wisely at which direction you're going and who you're attracted to. So that's what I'm getting for that. I just wonder what a third card is. There's an abundance out there. Look at all the fish in the sea. Choices.
Lots to choose from, honey. My feeling is somebody above will handpick somebody. So I get the reference to yes. I do feel that somebody will come into your life. I am actually drawn to this year with that, honey. So I get you have help from above with that. So
that's the owl guidance, I would say.
Yeah, that's it. Excellent. So we have another Louise here as well. My dad passed away on the 10th of June. I think that's supposed to be.
I think it would be. Yeah.
Maybe a message from me, please. Maybe, please. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, maybe Dad passed away on 10th of June. Maybe a message for me, please. Maybe, please. I think because over time, I think it was this Louise who actually came up to say hello on the weekend and said, every time it seems that you miss me. And I said, look, I'll make sure to see if we can actually answer you this week. Yeah. So I'm hoping this is the right Louise, and hi.
Yeah.
Good luck with the reading. Yeah.
Thanks. I do want to just say, guys, please be patient because we do get like at the moment we nearly got 100 comments here, and I know we are behind probably 20 minutes in the comments time-wise. So we will get to where we are. We get a lot of messages saying I didn't get mine answered, but that's just the way it works. All right, honey. Now I don't know if Dad would call you honey or he had a special word for you or a name that he would reference to you, but I just get the reference to one and go, okay, honey, and focus on you at the moment. I get his hand on his heart, which is my sign for love and pride, but I also feel like I've got the heart, the lungs, the chest area being an issue for him, whether it was around illness sort of thing, but I just get that heaviness to my heart with that. I actually feel that you sense him playing in your hair at times because I just feel like he'll touch your, whack myself in the ear, touch your hair, like run your hand down the side of your hair at times to let you know that he is very much there. There's a very gentle, peaceful feeling to your dad. Now, I do feel there, like I said before, there's a lot of love that comes through, and I actually... Sorry, that's my tightness stepping in. I actually feel that Dad wants to acknowledge the birthday or the celebration that literally has just been or about to be. So if it's birthday, I want to say happy birthday with that side of it as well. Dad liked to chat. I just feel like you could talk about anything and everything. Please know he's still doing that from the other side. So I always say, trust what you feel, think, see, hear, in that way. All right. So can I leave you with that, please? I'll leave you with his love. Excellent. Okay. What's Mum got to say? Lucky this doesn't happen on weekends. Technology issues. I love it.
So agree.
We did start off with a couple of little technical issues on the weekend, but we got there. So,
now,
and they killed the barcode. Yes, hon.
Just looking at, there was a comment about can't see you, Leanne, and seeing the monitoring that I'm doing on the iPad, you're not there. What is showing up in the back end for you? Are you there or you're not? Because I can
I'm there
hear
now.
you.
Because I left you on solo when you put the last card up.
So that's it. Oh, there you go. So that answers the question of why someone can't see it, and I can't see the comment now. I saw it pass through, and I thought, oops. Diana says, I'm the only one on screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to hit the unsolo button.
Technology.
I need it to flash at me, don't I? I tell you. Yeah, this is the tired craziness that comes in.
It is. It is.
And Diane saying hello again. And Kara says hi to you both. May I have a reading? It's you are down to me. Thank you so much. Okay.
I've got the partnership of people there, the two. And that is with the Lenormand deck, that is actually the older man, older woman. So just assuming that you probably are in that bracket, and your relationship is crossing bridges.
Beautiful.
So what that means for you, there's something, I would say you're going to be moving into something new and exciting. That's what I'm feeling there.
Oh, now hit the unsolo button. Beautiful. So all the best with that, Karen. Susanna is saying hi, ladies. Hi, honey. And guys, please try to keep your comments more to the direct ones and rather just general. Okay. And hi, Sandra. Hi, hi, lovelies. Ashley's just saying hi again. I'm just skipping over some of these because they are very general.
Yeah. Can I just need to go and check what, I'm not sure whether Tony was calling out for me.
Okay,
so
you go
I might
for it.
just have to check. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, so I'll just keep talking. Leanne, thank you. Yeah, where there is a way, there is a will. That's it. We got there in the end. And Josephine says, good to see you both of you ladies on together. Thank you, honey. We appreciate you all joining in, and we do, I really appreciate the fact that you were all very patient with us in that way. Oh, good. Ros is back now. Beautiful. Hey there, Ros.
Hello. I just had
good.
to go and check because my partner was out digging with a crowbar-y matchet thingy, whatnot, in hard ground, and it wasn't me he was calling for, it was the dog.
Okay. Well,
I thought he might have injured himself or something. Yeah. I couldn't tell with these things on.
That's it. So next we have Sandra says, I can't seem to snap out of this depression or this slump I'm in. Is there any medicines caused by low energy?
Causing.
Okay. You're more you're more in the medicine side than I am, Ros.
Yeah, I'm feeling that the medications are creating a, side effect for you. It's not the only part of it because, but there is some side effect issues happening with your medicines. I actually drew a card and just try that. The clover is good luck. So I think if you actually get it checked out, I'm not sure what they're called. As far as with the mix of pharmaceuticals, if you're on more than 2 or 3, there can be interactions that are interacting negatively. And there are some people that can actually check that type of thing in a bit more detail to see and follow what your symptoms are to see which one of them might be the issue, to even changing brands sometimes, not so much and sometimes dose, but look, check with your medical professionals around that. Yeah. I do feel that that's the issue.
Yeah, and I was drawn to the same sort of thing, honey. So also keep in mind this universal energy has been testing us a bit lately. So whether it's about being able to sort of pull yourself out of that, but try to just breathe and ground yourself, okay? Reconnect, so to speak, as well as checking with your doctor, okay? So wish you all the best with that, honey. Leanne just says, not sure, but if you're doing connections, hopefully something comes through for me. 3 years tomorrow since Mum passed. All right, honey. I do feel your sadness around that a little bit. So whether becoming closer to the anniversary has sort of got you feeling it a little bit more. I also get the reference to there's a bit of a tiredness to you at the moment as well, hon. So Mum's making reference to the need to look after yourself as well with that, okay? I get a beautiful loving energy from Mum, a very soft energy. I want to say the beautiful smile, so I don't know if that's something that you hold on to, but I do, like, you remember her smile, but she just wants to acknowledge your tiredness. Sorry. Oh, goodness. I got enough of my tiredness, Leanne. I don't need you.
Big and empath.
Oh, honey, I want to say take care. Just nurture yourself at the moment. All right. So wishing you all the best.
Yeah. And I've just got the card that is key. So as you can see, it's just the key that's opened the cage to release to freedom. And that's the message I feel, that she's feeling free.
Beautiful.
In the energy where she is.
Yeah. Oh, that was more of a general one. Russell, sorry.
Russell.
Um,
Sorry, but the dog, I've got the 2 dogs here. Mine is Peanuts and Tony's dog is called Russell.
I was thinking of the dog as a Russell. Oh, I'm thinking, hang on, she's not wanting a message from the dog. That's why I hesitated. I was trying to get my head around it. Oh, that's funny.
And look what card came up.
Oh, the dog.
Sorry. Loyalty, love. I mean, it's continual love. It's continual loyalty, being present around you. And that's the message I'm getting from that.
Yeah. All right. So, and I feel there's a lot of love that comes through there as well, honey. So, okay. Stacey, that's a bit too much general, honey. If you want to ask more of a thing, that would be good. Sharon is just saying hi. So, Tony, his son Taylor told me he's doing amazing things with fasting too. Yeah. We talked about Tyler a bit last night. So I think he's sort of taking a lot of dad's stuff and turning it into his own stuff too. So incredible. My God, that man has 8 sons. He was telling me last night, 8 sons. I'm like, a house full. I felt sorry for his wife with a house full of men like that.
I wasn't aware that's how many he had, but it's been a while since I've connected to what he's been putting out. So, amazing, though, the work they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's good that he could come back into Adelaide. So, I'm sure he'll be back again. But he's promised, well, he didn't promise me. He said he will not be coming back in winter. It's too cold for him.
Yes.
Yeah. So we might get him over. I'm actually thinking a retreat would be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's come up last night. Okay, so just Mary is just saying the products I use are non-toxic and harm-free. Makes a massive difference in my life. Yeah, that's it. I'm actually been thinking about going a little bit more clean side of it in that way. So, and it'll be interesting to see how my connection with spirit will change as well. But he did set me the challenge of doing a 40-day water only last night. But then he says later I probably wouldn't do it in winter.
I don't think I could do just water for 40 days. I mean, that's like Noah's flood. No.
I did learn a secret last night, though, from him, which I found quite interesting. He said to me, if you feel like, because I said to him, quite often I don't get tea, or the other night I had packet of Doritos for tea because I just didn't have time to cook or do anything. And the kids weren't hungry. They'd eaten elsewhere. And he said to me, "Why did you eat?" And I said, "Because I would have gone, I wasn't hungry, but I would have gone to bed feeling like I've missed out." He says, "What you do,
FOMO.
yeah, that's it.
Fear of
You put
missing
the
out.
food in your mouth, you chew it, you spit it out." So he used to have a cup if he was in public and he needed, like, he had to be around other people eating. He'd chew it, get sick of chewing, so he'd spit it into the cup and cover it over so nobody knew that's what he was doing. And he says that way you're making your brain think you've done the eating, you've done that motion, you're not missing out on anything. You've got the taste and stuff, but your system is having to process all that toxins and everything else. So very interesting.
Yeah, it's stuff though that needing guidance along the way as well, I suppose, from the allopathic system, or allopathic meaning the regular medical, like your GPs, your doctors and the specialists and that type of thing that is supposed to be the health system. There are times I wonder if it keeps us not well, just because of the way the system's set up.
Argument.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I think really it's being more in tune with knowing what your own body is doing. We don't spend enough time actually learning our own body and understanding our own body as to the reactions we have to foods and things that, and the things that we do, the things that we think. It's all interacting as the complete beingness of who we are. It's going to affect the physical body too, and we just lost that knack. We haven't been taught really of how to be in tune with that because all these medical systems come into place to take over what used to be your herbalism and the pagan system was around herbs and herbalism and all of that was from plant. So the logic of following back into and moving back into actually using our plants as our medicine if they're good, clean and healthy. So he's got some good stuff around that. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Even just ways like different glands in your body and stuff to kickstart them and stuff, like foods to eat to have that. And like he was talking about, he told me a trick last night. He says, if you wet the bottom of your feet, put a piece of garlic on your bottom of your foot and strap it to it, you actually taste that in your mouth, even though the garlic's on the soles of your feet. And it's really incredible. There was something with peanuts, rubbing peanut, like if you've got a
to help with the allergies.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting.
Well, I mean, it really it makes sense to a degree because the whole body is connected, interconnected. We have all the different systems, the endocrine, we have the lymph system, we have the skin is the largest organ we've got. And they are all interconnected with the cells and the fascia that connects it and the nervous system. The whole lot's communicating all the time as a complete system. So it does make sense.
Exactly. So he rolled his eyes a few times at me when I said things I do.
I don't do all that I saw, back in from 2006. Probably because I actually enjoy the taste of cooked food, not so much the raw.
With you, God,
I do. I'm lucky.
It's just spoiled.
I am.
Beautiful. All right, so we've got Dee letting us know that she has shared. Would some messages, please, as I feel very low and no enthusiasm for anything. All right.
And what I've got there is looking at the stars. Anything is possible. Where you put your focus is where you're going to have that bright, shining energy showing up for you specifically. Take in that energy and absorb it as it is light. Light is an energy. It's a wave pattern. It goes through what is the physical, even though we don't always see it, but that energy from it is like that inner and throughput of cleansing and and focus with the stars. So take it in and allow it to revitalise you and bring your focus to where it actually goes with that instinctive, the first thought type thing, your intuition.
Yeah, beautiful. And just Yeah, replace the positive with the negative, and the
The
negative with the
negative.
positive. Yeah, wrong way
Yeah, that's a
around.
better way around.
Oh, I'm crashing, aren't I? The signs are there.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure tonight I won't be talking very well English at all.
We'll just change it to something that's a little more like light language. And allow
Yeah,
people to interpret as they want, blah, 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 whatever.
that's it. Exactly. I've actually suggested to Annette that we do it in our pajamas too. So
Why
it'd
not?
be a bit different. Why not?
Yeah.
Be a good laugh.
Pajama
We got
party.
that's it. Sharon saying, "Hey, Rosalie and take question up."
Yes. Yeah, it was 4 or 5, whatever.
It's been an
But
interesting morning, Sharon, with technology.
yeah.
So, Tony's saying, looking stunning this morning, Leanne. Not feeling it, honey. Thank you anyway. Appreciate it. Lynn, hi, honey. How are you going? Tony's just saying just to look good giggles.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sandra's just saying mine are all doctors prescribed, and a new one is being added for my arteries. So she was feeling a bit down and asked if medication before.
Yeah, but and just to answer that too, the doctors do have the list in the MEMS as far as they've got their guidebook around the pharmaceuticals and what interactions there are, but they're not like a chemist who's been trained specifically just in the chemical interactions from some of these drugs. So that's where I suggested, and it's not a doctor that does this, it's something, I wish I could remember the name of the person, the science, whatever it is that they do, so that that's all they do is analyse what the mix of prescriptions are, so that there isn't the negative interactions or the overemphasis of some of the side effects. Yeah. There is a term for it, and I know that there's people that do it. I don't know how many there are in the state that do it.
Yeah.
So
well, next we've just got Sharon saying, put an offer in on a new home. Will it win the offer? Excuse me.
will it be the winning offer? Yeah. I think you're going to have another couple of goes at it, but yeah.
Yeah, you'll get there.
You might have to adjust it, but I think you're getting it.
Yeah. Excellent.
There you go. Wishing well. Well, look more deeply at the offer and you'll get it. Yep.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're just about out of time because I know I've got a race to Adelaide again today. Josephine says, hi ladies, would like to know if I will be in a relationship with someone new. Do you see me passing my studies and working with children and families for my career, love and light? Thank you.
Okay.
I'll just take that. That's a big one.
I actually had 3 jumping out, so you'll end up having a message soon, and that's the roll of the dice pretty much about the commitment to a relationship at the moment. So I think probably that with the children might be the direction that is going, if that's what you desire. If that's, from the heart, that's what you want to do, is working with children.
Yeah, I was certainly drawn to children reading that. Dana's saying, good morning, lovely ladies. Morning, honey. Hope you're well, staying warm over there in Tassie. Excellent. Well, let's do this one. Carrie Ann says, hi, ladies. Can I please have a card and a reading? I'm so worried about my mum.
I'm getting the impression that Mum really likes gardens and spending time out in nature, because this one's more about parks and being out in the public. And the vision that I'm having going through my mind is actually family events that are picnics or barbecues and that type of thing that she has really enjoyed over time. And her focus being, it does feel to me very family oriented in the visual that I'm getting there. So what do you get, Leanne?
Yeah, let's just take you off a solo.
Yeah.
Okay. Mum needs to listen to her body. I get there's a bit of stubbornness with Mum as well at the moment. So I do find it's about finding balance in that way with her. Okay.
And
I just keep feeling like I need to breathe with Mum's energy. So I don't know if she holds her breath at times or not taking those deep breaths. I just get the reference to take those breaths. Okay.
and I'm probably feeling too, as far as that park card goes, to spend a bit more time outside in
Yeah.
nature, in a garden as well. Get the fresh air.
Excellent. And that's the thing. It is that breathing, that grounding that's going to help Mum. Okay. And Dana's just saying, life is amazing. New prosperity. So much new info received. Excellent, Annie. Well done. All right. Did you want to pull a card for her, hun?
Just quickly doing
No,
that.
she's not.
Right. Oh, whoops, card. Yep. Stalk is about change, nesting, rearranging. It can be about birth, but in this instance, I'm not feeling that. I think it is. It's the flow of energy is creating the desire to actually change things around a bit, whether it's moving furniture, home. It can mean moving home, but it's changing the energy around and shifting things so that they're in a more natural feeling way for you for what's coming ahead. It's that forward prep. Yeah.
Jules says, hi again. Do you see Queensland for us? I got yes with that. All right.
Yeah.
So that's 2 yeses.
Nice.
And let's make, what do you think we make this the last one? Paula says, hi ladies, do you see me with a man in my life or a card from Ros, please? Feeling rotten at the moment with a virus. Well, I send you lots of love and healing, honey.
Especially for the virus. I felt I needed to pull the 2 cards for you. Now, if I'm getting them evenly, their birds are the chatter, communication, and group in a community type aspect. But it also can be more about the gossip side of it as well. So I'm thinking, in the fact that it came up with bridges, I think you probably are going to have a new man in your life. It just feels like it's almost the right time. You're needing to decide that it's the right time, and especially with choosing the, whether it's the definite or I'm just going to look into it as a vague idea type of thing. It's also making a focus of where you want to be in life, making sure that be careful what you wish for is in my mind as well too. So, you take that as, yeah, be careful what you wish for. Do you really want a man in your life right now? It's just what I'm thinking. It's decisions.
Yeah.
And the focus will be what's that saying? Because there's another one where the focus is the energy flows, or the other way around.
Yep, that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Sometimes we've got to do a bit of work on us before we can get that happening as well.
The right time will come where you will have a person to share your time with, share your life with. Yeah, I'm feeling that is going to be, but timing, you choose when you want to cross that bridge.
Yeah, that's it. I think Don's ears must have been burning. He's sending me messages.
He got a message.
Talking of I love the timing of things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get back to him later. So
I did especially like that message from Russell. That's just the one that crops into my mind is, what am I taking away from today? It is about dogs, faith, loyalty, love, and all the rest of it, and how the perfect timing does come up. Even with the cards, sometimes it's just stuff that falls into place. It is being present in the present moment. Love it.
That's
And the fun we had getting live.
I reckon it was definitely a challenge. I love it. So, and you know what? Things happen. You go with the flow. You don't let them get to you.
Absolutely.
We get too hung up on life. So, and Louise is just saying thank you. Too sweet.
No, thank you, Lois.
Beautiful. You are very welcome,
Good.
honey. It's our
Mm.
pleasure. All right. Well, I think we might leave it there. My mother has lost me. I'm sure she'll be ringing. Sorry, Mum.
I'm sure as a mother, I would have loved to have lost my kids through certain times in life too.
I'm sure there's times that she wants to do that to me as well.
Also, the question, do I really want to find you again? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
like it. All things
I pay
happen
my
at the
mum
right
out.
No,
They
good.
do. There's never
All
a
good.
boring moment when my mum's around. And my
Yeah.
dad. So they
Yeah.
are amazing people. And I
Yes.
noticed that Tony said hello to him before as well. Tony, speaking of Tony, her comment just popped up. Thank you to great to watch and
Thank you.
what was it? To watch and have a great day. You
Yeah.
too, honey, and hopefully you're getting warm. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We might leave it there, as I know we are running a little bit late, kicking off this morning with technical, but we got.
Well, thank you for all the working around, doing the hosting in the end. I'll get back to actually chat with B Live to describe what happened, if I remember it in detail. I can't remember it in detail. It just progresses, and we've managed to have a really good live. So thanks to everyone that's in the audience, and we're able to be patient and move along with us. It's been fun. Thank you. Yeah. So next week, hopefully, it will all be fine, and all those adjustments from beta to being the version 2 will happen smoothly, and we'll be able to have it all work out wonderfully.
Fingers crossed. We're putting that energy out there.
Yeah. And of course, check out our links too if you feel that you need to do it, like book in with either of us for more detailed readings and the rest. And we'll see you next week, 10:30, and on time and in the right avenue. I told you live.
It's going to work next week, but I just want to quickly say before we do go, if you haven't had your questions answered, please join in tonight at 8:30 with Annette and I, and we will try to get to as many of you as possible.
And you have one on Wednesday nights as well still.
Yes, 8:30 Wednesday
for another chance too. So so
beautiful.
There are opportunities for having the little quick readings. So we'll see you next week as far as our regular Tuesdays Intuitive Chat with Leanne Ros, and anything in between that pops up. I do the daily live Lenormand cards. They're not individual readings though, but you can always learn from them for yourself. So
that's it.
Cool.
Excellent. All right. Thank you. Bye.
See ya.